Hi, welcome to that pocket book where we're making a cloth book with pages with pockets on them. So we've been making all these different pages so far, so we're up to pocket page number 8 at the moment, and that's this page here. So we've got some little pockets at the bottom, and when I first worked out how to make this book, I was thinking of it as being for sewing items, so I thought you could keep little packets of hand sewing needles in there, and you could keep some needles in here. So this is a piece of felted wool. You might have some other ideas and other things you want to put there, but I'm putting felted wool in mine. So if you've got the pattern, you'll have a page that looks like this that tells you all the cutting information. The pattern's available through gourmetquilter.pockets. So I've already gone ahead, I've cut mine out. This time we're working on a page with some stiffening in it. So I've already got my stiffening, it's faster fuse that I'm using. It's nice stiff interfacing. This one is fusible, so it's fused on. It doesn't need to be fusible particularly. You just need to hold it together if it's not fused on with some clips or pins or something. And then we needed my piece of wool felt. And then for the actual little pocket, it's a lined pocket, and the colour of the fabric of the lining comes over the top, so we get that nice little top finish. So it was just a matter of sewing them together with our 1/4 inch seam allowance. Then I pressed it, and then I pressed that back down so that the raw edges are level, and we've got that nice little edge on the pocket. But it does now need a little row of top stitching, or in the ditch stitching, or some sort of stitching just underneath where that little top colour comes over, just to hold it nicely and give it a little bit of firmness. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that. And then we're ready to start positioning that pocket on. So I'm just going to give it another little press. Now we want to know where the centre of the pocket is. So I can fold it, I can pop a little pin in it, or I could mark it with a pencil, or I can do perhaps both, because I probably will take the pin away shortly. So I want to position that on the lower edge of my page. So this is going to be the top, they look the same at the moment. Make a decision, that's the lower edge nearest to me. So this is going to go down here, so all my raw edges are going to sit level down here. And so then we just need to work out, we're going to do some little stitching lines so that we've got these little divided pockets, so they're just little pockets to put things into. So I've gone ahead and marked the centre there with my pin, but I'm just actually going to mark it with a pencil so that I can see where it is. And then with my trusty ruler, the pattern will give you all these measurements. I need to mark 2 other lines, so that one there I can just mark straight down. I'm going to be sewing straight down there, so just lightly because you don't want it to show. And then I need to mark 2 more pocket dividers, so there's another one there. Oops. And there's another one to this side as well. So if you just pop a line in, or if you don't need a whole line, just make some sort of mark so that you know. So it seems like it's wider at the sides, but that's because we're losing some in the seam allowance, so that you'll have 4 equal sized pockets there. And then it's just a matter of stitching those dividers. So I'll just stitch this centre one. So I'm just starting right at the top there and doing a little back stitch, and I just do a little back stitch so that it's just held nice and firm there. And then I'm just going to stitch just straight down to the bottom. So I've just got 2 more of those to do, and then I'll come back and show you putting the piece of wool felt on. So I've gone ahead and I popped my little pocket dividers, stitched my pocket dividers in, and I've just set this piece of felted wool up here. Now felted wool is quite good because you can fray the edges and you get quite a nice little soft edge. If you haven't got felted wool but you've got something else, I'm sure you'll think of something to do with your edge, or you might have something quite different there, I have to say. It could be a picture, it could be another pocket, it could be all sorts of things. I've got this. So I'm going to go ahead and stitch it on. So I've just stuck a couple of pins in. Again, there's measurements of where to put things. The ruler here will help you line things up nicely. So I'm pretty happy with where that's sitting. So I'm just going to stitch it just on top. Again, just in there, if you've got a frayed edge, you don't want to sort of sew the frayed edge, so come in about 1/8 of an inch from there. So it might mean maybe 1/4 of an inch from the very edge all the way around. and that's really as straightforward as that. So I'll go ahead and I'll do that. So I've gone ahead, I've sewn my wool felt on. You can see the stitching on the back here, so it's all sitting really nicely, and it looks a whole lot like this one. It looks a whole lot like the one in my book. So that was pocket page number 8, and I will see you again with pocket page number 9.